What if what doesn't kill you does not make you stronger? Sorry, Nietzsche or Kelly, depending where you get your references. We often hear in movies and songs that tragedy and adversity are good for our personal growth and that strong and brave people become stronger through suffering and hardship, simply implying that weak people don't. Well, according to many research, this is not always the case. In fact, this saying is generally not true for most people and should not be applied to everyone, if not at all. It's beautiful and optimistic to want to believe that good things can emerge from a bad turn of events, because it's the key premise of every story we read, every movie we watch, every success story, and maybe every story we tell ourselves about our own lives. And there are many reasons we continue to believe this. Reason number one is that stories of success and growth after trauma are very powerful. They certainly get more attention, more views, more media coverage. They trigger us, they get us emotional. I myself would cry at every success story, at every golden buzzer on America's Got Talent. I recently watched the Oscars and I literally cried at every winner speech, which is normal because these stories inspire so many of us in our own life. But we forget sometimes that these stories are maybe the exception and not the rule. Plus, it also has to do with the way these stories are brought to us. And this is the second reason. Studies have shown that people like to narrate their lives in terms of challenges they face and setbacks they overcame, because obviously this gives a lot of meaning to their accomplishments. And that's what we see very often in movies and books. Reason number three is that people usually feel powerless in front of someone else's suffering. So in their attempt to ease the pain and comfort the other person, they would say phrases like, "You appreciate life more after this. You'll get out stronger and more resilient. You'll be more grateful for what you have." And that's because we grow up with those hopeful, can-do affirmations, especially in the Western world, and we believe them. And once you adopt a belief, you start acting in a way that supports it. And this is known as the affirmation bias. Now, the problem is we never stop to consider or wonder that maybe the good times are what made us strong enough in the first place to face the bad ones. From an evolutionary point of view, we can say that those who survive a calamity are by definition the strongest. However, in reality, it's not the calamity that made them so. They actually survived because they were already stronger, not because of the calamity. According to so many studies done on the topic, past stressful experiences do not create more resilience to future ones. On the contrary, they make people more sensitive and more vulnerable to future problems, with a higher chance of developing mental health disorders. In a study where researchers have surveyed people before the adversity and then studied them again afterwards, found that suffering and hardship don't regularly lead to post-traumatic growth. The only growth that seems to arise constantly is deepened relationships, and I think that makes sense, because during times of struggle, our relationships with loved ones tend to become more intimate and meaningful. In another study by researcher Megan Owen, she has found that people aren't very good at accurately remembering what they were like before the trauma. So they may believe that they have grown from the event, while in reality they are still struggling. Maybe they just forgot little about it, or they got used to the new situation. But the trauma is still there and can be triggered at any moment. Plus, saying that they have benefited from the traumatic event is just a coping mechanism with the pain they are still experiencing. So to sum up, dozens of psychological research done on the topic suggest that, as a rule, if you are stronger after a hardship, it's probably despite, not because of it. So what really makes us stronger? Well, let me illustrate this with a little story. I read this article where the writer has done his military service in an anti-terrorist unit, and they used anti-terrorist dogs. So he went to the unit's commander and asked him, how do they get these dogs and how do they train them? And the unit's commander said that many people think that wild street dogs are the best dogs for this job since they survived the wild street of dog-eat-dog world, but the truth is the opposite. Wild street dogs are useless for any type of trained work because they are unpredictable and untrainable. The dogs that make the best army dogs are the ones who have been cared for, loved, and protected all their lives. Well, the same applies to humans. What really makes us stronger and prepare us to deal with the adversity of this world is tender love and care, because this strengthens our capacity to learn, fight back, and to adapt to anything, including hardship and adversity. So if you can try stronger and more resilient after a stressful event, don't beat yourself up, don't compare yourself to others, and please don't fall for these meaningless and scientifically wrong sayings like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's normal and natural to be affected by life's problems and stressful events for as long as you need. We are all different, and it's not because someone became stronger and more resilient hint after a stressful event that you should or that you will. Accept your experience and get help if needed. That's all for me, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you made it so far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like this video. It will help it reach more people, and subscribe to my channels because majority of you guys watching are not subscribed, and that makes me a little bit sad, to be honest. So please click that button. That would mean a lot to me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.